I love this. I've been saying it since all of the discourse after Thor: Love and Thunder, because between Multiverse of Madness and Thor: Love and Thunder, I was like, y'all, and Moon Knight kind of like just being like great and then just being like meh at the end. Marvel Studios is finally reevaluating the upcoming Phase 5 and 6 slate after heavy internal criticism and is shifting from quantity to quality. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. They're going ham. I'm so happy because I'm tired of 18,000 projects in a single 6-month period. We keep on saying, like, I know we make the videos on TikTok. We eating, Marvel fans, we eating. At one point, I was like, this is kind of like Thanksgiving, where we done ate 8 days left over. It's like, I kind of just want a cheeseburger from McDonald's, bro.
But you went there asking for it. What did you think was going to happen?
I didn't, though. I didn't ask for 18. Every time they would announce new projects, I thought we were going to get some time. And then they would be like, no, this is coming out in like, oh, no, Miss Marvel's coming out in between Multiverse of Madness. And then right after it ends, Thor: Love and Thunder. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that at all.
You never know when the course is coming out. You might be halfway through with your salad and they're like, oh, here's your soup. And you're like, well, I'm not done with this.
That's poor service. They not evaluating the situation greatly. They supposed to be checking as they walk past the tables and be like,
bro, they come ask you with your mouth full. Like, what do you want?
They really do. But I'm excited for this because I think as great as it has been to be eating as a Marvel fan, there comes a point where you're getting so many projects all at once. One, it's the MCU burnout. It's real. Two, you have so many projects that keep just being hit or miss. You know, like I think it's great to have 8 MCU projects in a year, but when like only 3 of them are actually like very good. And it's just because like even looking at like Black Widow, I didn't think Black Widow was a bad movie, but when I saw that video of like the Yelena scene, I was like, that was pretty bad. Like that just randomly fell apart, like for no reason with that explosion when she stabbed the turbine. Like it was like
graphically or like the whole scene, you mean?
I mean, graphically, it was just like,
but that's a whole other conversation. That's something.
But
different.
that's completely a part of this conversation. If you read this article, it's talking about the internal criticism is like all the overlap, like us getting the project so close in succession while we're eating. In order to release like 2 big projects 3 months apart, those have to be being worked on in overlap. It's the same thing that people are saying about Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. People are shocked that Wolverine's not going to be coming out for a couple of years. But why would Insomniac split their resources to be trying to work on both? That would just make them okay. The reason you end up with okay projects is having too much overlap.
The one thing I will say that I guess kind of relates to this is I'm really excited that I can't even remember his name right now, but John something with the Spider-Man movies.
John Watts?
Yeah. John Watts, yeah. I'm excited that he said he's going to take a break from those because it's still my opinion, and I'll stick with this until I die. The best Spider-Man that we've gotten in the MCU was the Russo brothers in Civil War. He was just cracking jokes left and right. He was hysterical. He was fun. He was moving. And since then,
he got a metal arm.
Yeah, since then, like he's just been kind of like, oh my gosh, whoa, like there is no jokes. It's just him running around doing that. So, that really had nothing to do with this, but it also was Marvel at the same time.
So here's what I'll tell you, because I've talked to people in that industry. People forget that it's not Marvel doesn't own any VFX company. They outsource this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, these companies are not only working for Marvel, they're working for other companies as well. So like you might be working on Thor: Love and Thunder, but then I'm trying to think of another big VFX movie.
Black Adam, bro, because I mean, look at that thing. It did have a lot of
no, because like not even that, like you're going from one extreme to another. So say you're doing like I said, Thor: Love and Thunder, and as soon as you are done with that, and whatever timeline they give you, there's another timeline behind it of Fast and Furious or something. Like there's a project on top project. And the thing is like, you're telling them how long you need for the project and they're going, cool, here's this. here's very minimal money, here's very minimal time. They're not union. They're not like, we don't care what you sleep, we don't care what you eat, we don't care if you don't see your family. We don't care about that. No, we care about you getting the product done in the time that we're telling you, in a high quality, and move on. That's it. It's like buying a car. That's all they want. They want the high performance.
They said, I want the wheels. I want the GPS.
They want the high performance. I'm telling you I want it to do this. You need to give it to me at whatever price I'm telling you I want it. And that's that. And it's like, so that's where you're getting this issue, both these issues, honestly, right now, of VFX strikes. And those are still looming. but the one that's real right now is the writers going on strike. Because there's so, like I keep saying, there is so much content out there. These writer rooms are smaller because back in the day, the only thing that was writing was ABC, CBS, NBC, HBO. I mean, let's be honest, Cinemax, stuff like that. But like, those writer rooms were full of people, and these writers got to learn because they would write, they'd go to set, they'd see what the directors are doing, they'd learn from seeing their product being done.
Rewrites.
They would understand, okay, now when I write this is how it looks going forward. I know how to write it better now. They're not getting that. Halfway through their story, it's not even done yet. They don't know how it's ending. Directors are going, hey, we're at the point now where we need more script. Can we get more script? And they're like, I'm not done yet. So that's the same issue with this, is there's too much, not just Marvel, but there's too much stuff out there, not enough talented people out there doing it. And if there are, they're not willing to work for the pennies that you are trying to pay them.
After the millions that you're getting off the movies and billions. But the other thing too, that you just pointed out, and I remember saying this was back before I even met y'all on TikTok. Like, you mentioned how the time crunches, even when they be announcing like, oh, shooting started for Black Panther 2, and then like they be done shooting in like 3 months. Like, it's like, the whole movie, like the whole thing. And so, yeah, it's like, when you think about it, even these projects are so condensed in like, it's like, nah, we got to get it out at this time. So it's like, we shoot here and there. Like, it feels like they tried to get on a schedule and like well-oiled machine. And then it's kind of like, it's well-oiled, but like the corners are getting hella cut. You mentioned VFX. Marvel actually apparently has considered forming an in-house VFX team, which, like, do it, but you're gonna have to fucking pay people.
Yeah, and not only that, imagine the size of it.
Right, because you have too many fucking projects that you worked on.
It would eat the entire VFX community, basically.
True, because people would just leave. They'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna just go work for Marvel directly. But I am for this news. Apparently, just saw this today. New rumor is saying that they could be delaying the current release date set for the sake of keeping up quality. I understand a lot of this is industry-based stuff. My thing is that I feel like you run into less of these setbacks and directors leaving, Basim, Tariq taking a pause. You get to figure more logistical things out instead of just being like, all right, well, we said the movie's coming out in May. I know that we didn't finish getting all of the footage to you until March, but VFX Studio, we need this yesterday. You know, yeah. Like, I think if they slow down a little bit, I am perfectly fine with getting 3 Marvel movies and like 2 shows instead of like 6 shows and 4 movies in a year. If it means less discourse on TikTok about which ones are bad and which ones are not, and why aren't we hitting phase 3 levels of great?
Speaking of delaying or not delaying, but movies coming out 10 years after the last one, and and things like and VFX, I just want to let y'all know I got an email yesterday. D23, right? D23 Gold member. Mm-hmm. It said, hey, D23, we're in the spirit of giving. It's Christmas season. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. We're going to give you a gift. You get to pick one of 2 movies to go see for free. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever or Avatar: The Way of Water.
And I know which one you gave your
And I
money to.
chose Avatar: The Way of Water because I am not spending a single cent on James Cameron. The man can die without seeing a penny from me. So I'm just letting y'all
That
know
was a
I'm going
great
to
way
see
to
the
put it.
movie
I
for
was
free,
confused when you was about to say
and
die.
I'm never giving that man another penny.
No, like legitimately, this is off topic, but he talking about some Avatar 4 script has no critiques. And I'm like, bro, please stop talking about movies I'm not
I
going to
can't
see
wait.
for
I
another
cannot
decade.
wait. I want him to release that movie so I can just critique it all day long.
It's never going to come out. It's going to come out when my child is in
It's
high
going to come out
school.
when we're 90.
No, they're filmed. So second one's
Whatever.
filmed, third one's filmed. No, yeah, second one's filmed, third one's filmed, and the beginning of the fourth one is filmed.
When did they have time to film all these? Because
This
why
whole
was the second
time.
one? Why
They
was the
started
second one delayed so long?
They started filming 2.5 years ago.
I don't care.
Like and that's why he did it this way was to do all that work. And now it's this movie and then one every other year.
I did hear that the story is better for the second one. However, like, because that is the big critique for the first one. I just can't be hype about a movie that is finally coming out after 10 years. It's the same thing as when people don't release music for like 4 years and they keep on saying next album's coming. Next album's coming. I can't. I don't care anymore. But back on Marvel, yeah. I'm excited. It sounds like we're in agreement that it sounds like this is great. I think it's good for Marvel. I think that we get just less fatigue and we get less of this, like every time a movie comes out, oh my god, can you believe how Korg doesn't even look like he belongs in this scene? Like the effects are falling apart right here.
You want a perfect example?
Grading.
Want a perfect example? So normal time, let's say January, February, something like that. You go to Starbucks. Your drink's the same every single time, right? It's great. You love it. It's fantastic. It's Christmas, beginning of summer. You go there and it's a madhouse. Is your drink really that good?
Yeah.
Right?
Wasn't worth it.
but it's worth it because I wanted it and it's still Starbucks and it's still yummy. It's just not the same.
It's just not the same as when I just like get my mobile order as soon as I walk in and then get out.
The burrito, well, even then, like it's still not the same because you've got somebody might be over poured something, or under poured something, or did something different, or forgot something completely to put in it. That the baristas or your writers and VFX.
True. No, it's serious. It's a whole industry issue. It's too much content in general, but I think that we're talking about Marvel here. I think that they just try to do too much at the same time. It's just like, bro, just space the stuff out some more, man. There is nothing wrong with going back to like not having movies 2 months apart and shows come out at the same time, like and I love that they hopefully are rethinking their, I think it said in the article, after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy and Werewolf by Night holiday special, to just kind of wrap it up, it seems like these specials are more cost effective for the studio, help prevent franchise fatigue, and it just is received better than that 6-episode format. If they're gonna do like a show, have 10 episodes plus for like an actual season.
They said they're doing it with Daredevil, remember?
But that's what I'm saying. So like Daredevil is the example of, if you have a long running story for that character, do it as a show. I think 10 episodes plus. I think minimum 10 episodes. You can maybe even give 8.
They're
but like
doing
the
18.
6-episode, I'm not talking about Daredevil. I'm just talking about any other shows. I don't care if they do other shows less than 18. I'm saying forget the 6-episode format. If you think it should be a 6-episode show, just go ahead and do a special for that one. So that way it's short, sweet, to the point, gets it out the way. It doesn't feel like it's like Miss Marvel. It just kind of felt like, okay, there's just like a lot of fluff here because they need more episodes. Like they could have wrapped up that show in like 3. Maybe not, but I'm exaggerating. Anywho, I'm excited for more of the specials. Noah's becoming a special. We see Armor Wars becoming a movie instead. More specials. If they do shows, make it like an actual season-based show, not like here's just this one-off 6 episodes and then like we're done with that. Like you may as well have just done a special.